The project that we are going to build is complete e-commerce web API, and this is the last part of our project. I request you, if you haven't watched our previous part, then the link is in the description, and you can also find our full playlist link of this project in the description. So at the end of this part, we apply a logic for both users and admin, because inside our web API there are different roles for both users and admin. And while programming, if you got any error, then inside the description there are also a link of my GitHub repository code, so you can simply copy the code of this part inside your computer. Now without wasting any time, let us move inside our project. First, go inside our user route, and here we apply the post request for this login, but we haven't applied request for our register. Now let's apply the request, and this is our register request. This is our asynchronous function. Callback is request and response. So first, I want to use our user model, and to register our user, have to provide his name, email, password, phone number, and address stuff. Then after this, first I want to use await method, user.save. So our database is refreshed by this save method. Then I want to apply an if logic here. If our user is not defined, then I want to return a warning that is 500. Let I use 400, and I want to send a message. The user cannot be created, and if our user apply this successfully, then I want to end our user. Now save the file. So this is our register route, and here remember one thing: if I want to get access of these products, then I send the request, and here you can see the user is not authorized, because remember we apply one middleware, that is JWT, and here we apply logic that if our user want to access any kind of routes, then first he have to log in or have a token of our JWT. But here, to display our products and categories, I don't want to apply this authentication logic. So for that, here I want to use unless method, and inside that I want to provide some paths. So that paths will be excluded from our this logic. So I apply my first path, URL of our path, that is this. And don't worry, this is regular expression syntax. So basically this is for our products, and if I want to access products, then I don't have to authorize first, so I apply the logic inside this unless method, and I only want to provide only get and option methods, because if I want to post or update, you can see here inside my product route there are many kind of things, like here get count, then get count featured, delete method, put method. So this is our update method. So for our update and delete, our user have to log in, because that update and delete functionality only work for our admin, not for our users. So here I apply only get and options. So for our get and option request, this authentication stuff is not provided, and I use here regular expression syntax, and dot star means any kind of routes after these products will be work for this get and option method. Now similarly I apply logic for our categories, the URL, and here this is our syntax, regular expression syntax for our categories, and I only want to allow get request and option. Another request will not allow here. Here methods instead of only method. And remember another thing, if I want to send this post request to log in inside my website, and then I send the request with this email and password. So here you can see the user is not authorized, so this is totally unrealistic. So I also want to get this login method inside our unless part. So for login and register, you can see now I send the message. Here is an error because we use this API environment variable. First we have to import that. So now save the file, and here API URL. Look at this, for our login route there are our token message and our user email message, not like our previous message. So for only these parts I don't want to apply our authorization facility. Now let's move further. So go inside our users route, and here you can see we generated the token with the help of this user ID. But now remember, our customer have not access of our post and delete method. So inside our website, if our customer wants to allow to delete or update any kind of products or categories, then our website will be crashed. So for updating and deleting stuff, I only want to allow for admins. So here I check our user is admin or not. You can also create a separate collection for this. Remember, when we update our user, we apply this facility is admin. So here we check our user is admin or not, and that is boolean field true or false. Now let's apply our admin role inside our web API. So go inside our jwt.js file, and here there is an method that is revoked. So we revoked a token for our admin, and our function name that is also is revoked. So let us declare our asynchronous function here is revoked, and inside that I want to pass request and payload and done. So payload have some basic kind of information, and here I want to apply an logic. If payload our user is not admin, then he don't allow any authorized all. So inside done I provide null and pass true. So what we did now, we generate the token based on our admins and our public users, and here any authorized call that is not inside this unless. So for that, here I apply a logic. So for any authorized call like post and delete, our user is admin, then he will be apply, and for our public user that will be not applying. Let's add another request that is count. So of our admins wants to know how many users are available inside our web API. That is similar like our this request that is inside our products. So I copy this and paste here. But now here instead of product there is user, and this is our model. So apply capital U. Then let's another request that is our delete. So if I want to delete a user, let's copy from our product, and now instead of product here I use user. Now save the file. Now one last thing that I want to do. So if our any user want to update his password using this put method, so I define a new route for there, that is put, because our user want to update, and here I want to pass individual ID of my user. This is asynchronous function for our callback request and response. So here I want to apply this logic to update my password. So first I create a variable name user exist. So inside that first I find our user password that he used before, and first I found user updated password with this field request.body.password, and I decrypt that new password with this hash sync function, and I provide here any secret key, and then I want to update our new password, and after this if our user is not defined, so return response.status 400 and send the message the user cannot be created. So this is if our user find any error while updating the password, and if it is not, then here we pass our user. So this is it for our updating our user password. So if our user wants to update, so first he have the access of his JWT token, and then he provide this facility to change this password field. So this is done. Now our project is completely created successfully, and I hope you did also same as me. And if you got any error while programming, then the video link of my GitHub repository code is in the description, so you can simply copy the code inside your machine. If you guys really enjoy our project till end, then you can share the full playlist link of this project that is in the description to your friends, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Please turn the bell notification on to get my video notification instantly whenever I will upload my next project. So keep watching. Thank you and bye bye.